Hey Survivor Casting, my name is Josh. I'm a 27-year-old aspiring baker from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I live here with my husband Michael and our little Chihuahua Taryn, which is probably one of the gayest things I could have said to you. Aside from being a baker, I'm a digital media manager for a health and wellness company here in Cincinnati, and long story short, we do sexual medicine treatments, which helps women with vaginal issues, and I have to document those treatments, which puts me up close and personal with vaginas more often than I ever thought I would be. And if you had told me years ago as a gay man that I would be up close and personal with vaginas this often, I probably would have laughed or more likely cried or thrown up. And I've already said vagina too many times, so we're gonna move along. I want to talk about the game as if I was making a dough and baking, since I like to bake. And with a dough, you've got all these ingredients, all these things that need to come together to make the perfect dough. Much like in the game, you've got all these personalities and all these moves that need to come together to make the perfect game to get you the $1 million at the end. With a dough, you don't want to overwork it. And in the game, you don't want to overwork your game. You don't want to play too aggressively in the beginning, because those are the people that get ousted really quickly. People see that, they target that, they want you out. You don't want to play too aggressively. I feel like my gameplay would be aggressively under the radar. There's passively and aggressively under the radar. I would be aggressively. Passively are the people that coast along. They're not really doing anything. They're not really making decisions. They're just kind of along for the ride. Aggressively under the radar, I feel like, is making enough decisions pre-merge, not making the big decisions, always kind of being in the middle, being a part of the decision making, and then making sure you have the cards for post-merge and at the merge, so you can make the moves that you need to make yourself a case at the end of the game. And if you don't overwork a dough, you end up with this perfect flaky crust that just crumbles in your mouth. And if you don't overwork your game, if you work it just right, just enough, you deserve the $1 million and in the game. I think physically I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not going to be like a Colby back in Australia, but I'm not going to be him in Heroes versus Villains. I'm not going to be someone like an Aussie. Who's aggressive and really good at the game physically. I feel like I'm in this middle ground, which is perfect, because pre-merge you want to be good enough at challenges so that you can make a buy-in challenges. No one's really looking at you, but you don't want to be too good, because post-merge, that's who they target. They're targeting those people that are just going to win the immunity idol every challenge. So I think playing the middle ground is perfect, and middle ground generally is where I want to be, because that's where all the decisions are made. If you're the swing vote all the time, you're not going to be this. I don't want to be the leader. I don't want to be the coattail. I want to be in that middle physically and both socially. I want to be in the middle for every decision of the game. If people were probably to describe me, hopefully they would say I'm good for a laugh, I'm a loyal friend, probably annoyingly optimistic. I think a lot of the times people are like, I've never seen you angry before, especially my husband. He's like, can you please just say that this thing sucks? Like, stop trying to make this turn this optimistically. I feel like if I lost my left arm, I would be like, well, at least I have my right arm. And if I lost my right arm, I'd be like, well, at least I can walk. So I think people find that annoying, and I think I would have to dial that back, just to, kind of be like, oh yeah, that sucks, and just kind of maybe like shut up every now and then. I think that would be my downfall, if anything. Survivor for me was such a big part of coming out. It was such a source of comfort for me. You go into this bout of deep depression in the denial phase, and I feel like it was something that was steadfast for me and, would sort of pull me back out of that every so often. And I think coming out in general shapes you as a person, of course. You're holding your breath your entire life until you come out, and then you finally get to sigh this, big sigh of relief. But it doesn't end there. You're still taking these intakes of breath throughout your life. People are surprised when I say, we don't really eat here, or we don't really go here, and they're like, why not? And I'm like, well, we don't feel comfortable there, and that's a shock to them. And I feel like that shapes you as a person. You're very guarded, and I feel like that would help me in the game. While that's sad in life, it would help me in this game, because I would be a little bit guarded against people's personalities. I wouldn't say yes all the time. I wouldn't just be like jumping into alliances. And I feel like it's made me a stronger person. It's made me who I am. And I feel like I'm a student of the game, and I don't want to dwell too long, because I know a lot of people are fans of the game. I'm watching since I was 8 years old, and I feel like now's the time. I feel like I've been shaped into who I am, and I feel like I'm finally ready for this game. I've applied several times before, but I feel like now more than ever, I'm actually ready to play it. I feel like before I thought I was ready, but no. So give me a chance. If you want to talk some more, let's chat. I'd love to talk with you. I'd love to play this game. Look forward to hearing from you.